Hello again everyone, my name is Derailious and welcome to Skyblock Next, the only show where you're going to see every single update coming soon to Hypixel Skyblock, and trust me, this one's a doozy. We got a lot of things planned to go over today, so without any further ado, let's get started. Starting off today with a personal favorite of mine, we have multiple upcoming Slayer updates. The admins have announced at the very least that we're going to be getting new Slayers and possibly new levels of existing Slayers. They have stated at multiple points that they were not happy with the amount of Slayer content coming in Skyblock. They felt like they wanted to do more, and so this year, in the near future apparently, we are going to get at least one if not two Slayer updates, which will add a lot more Slayer content to the game. I also wouldn't be so surprised if we got Aatrox's 4th perk alongside this update, but that one is more up in the air. Before we continue, I just want to say, please make sure to like and subscribe down below as it really helps out the channel a lot, and use code RAIL on the Hypixel store for 5% off your order, as it really does help in terms of supporting the channel. Without any further ado though, let's get back to Skyblock Next. Number 2, you know I had to mention it, it's the foraging update. It's everyone's favorite nothing burger, and there's a lot that's going to be in this update. We're getting a new archipelago in the form of Galatea, and we're going to get the at least first island as part of the content update this year, and we may in fact get the second island later in the year as well. This update's going to include a lot. It's going to include god temples that you'll be able to pay offerings to. It's going to include the attribute revamp, where you're able to move attributes into a menu and have all of them accessible at once. It's going to include the new island, obviously, which will be based in 1.20 and have a ton of 1.20 features. Foraging will also be getting a bunch of changes, pretty clearly. It's going to get a new styles system, in which case you have to chop down trees a certain way, or you won't get all of the loot. There will also be tree gifts that will be dispersed among the players, allowing you to work alongside your friends. There's the Starland Sisters, which is basically a bounty system. There's the brand new hunting skill, which includes traps, salts, and much more, where you're able to hunt down mobs in order to get attributes from them. And there's the new mystic damage system, in which you'll only be able to damage mobs on Galatea with, well, mystic damage. This update is absolutely massive, but I have covered it many times before. So let's move right along. Next up, we have an update that at least a dozen YouTubers have been waiting for, the Ironman W's update. We don't know when this one is going to drop, but at the very least, it is going to include an Ironman cosmetic auction house and Ironman Shen's auctions. I also wouldn't be that shocked if it included Ironman dark auctions as well. The admins were pretty reluctant to go into detail about this update, and we haven't heard much about it since the 2024 recap, but I imagine it will come around later this year, and I would love to see what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Do you think Iron Man needs an update at all, or do you think it's fine the way it is? The Great Glacite Lake is planned for a 2025 release. This is another update to the Glacite tunnels. It'll include a bunch of new sea creatures in the aforementioned lake, an offering system for mine shafts in which you can throw gemstones into the lake, and you'll get better chances at certain mine shafts appearing. It'll also include new Glacite mine shafts that contain content outside of mining. I imagine that means we'll get a bunch of fishing related ones. It'll also include the next piece of Devon level equipment, and it'll probably include a few new hooks, lines, and sinkers, at least since the Backwater Bayou update was added. I imagine we'll get similar pieces of content with this. Next up, we have an update that the community has been waiting for an extremely long time. We have Hoppity v4. It'll include a Chocolate Factory RNG meter so you can earn the rabbits that you're inevitably missing. It'll also include a rabbit faction tower. You'll be able to set up a faction system, and you'll also be able to get rare eggs that can be traded. This will add to the economy in some way, shape, or form. You'll basically be able to trade eggs between different players, make a bunch of money while doing so. I suppose that's an interesting way to expand on the existing formula. There's also going to be a unique tower upgrade to get unique rabbits, which will remain in your possession as long as you pay enough coins to keep them. This is basically going to be a big money sink for the people who want to rise up the chocolate leaderboards. I know all 7 of those players will be extremely happy for this release. Future fishing islands and content are also on the table here, and there is a lot we could potentially talk about. New hooks, new lines, new sinkers, fishing rods, sea creatures, things like upgrading the ship in the hub, and possibly Fishing 60. We don't know specifically what these new islands will entail, but I imagine they'll be small, modular, and released every once in a while over time to expand on the fishing formula. I think that the current backwater bayou system is set up extremely well, so I am really interested in seeing what the admins are able to cook up in terms of future content. There's also future yearly events kinda similar to the Year of the Seal or Year of the Pig. I imagine this is going to fill in the content gaps that already currently exist between Year of the Seal and Year of the Pig, and it's generally going to be small-scale event stuff with some unique gameplay aspects, probably including a lot of Minion Tier 12 upgrades that don't already exist, or potentially new smaller pieces of content that give talismans or things of that nature. The admins have also planned an Untitled Garden update, and this one's pretty light in terms of details. Basically, it'll include some new gameplay options and explore some other areas of farming, although I wouldn't be that shocked if this didn't release in 2025. The admins implied that it would only begin development in 2025. It may in fact be a 2026 release. Lastly, but certainly not least, we have the very special place and time. This is likely going to be Through the Breach. It's what the wizard is talking about. The TLDR for this is it's likely going to be a lore-related sort of update, kinda similar to the Rift in style and gameplay if I had to guess, and it's going to take us back to the period of the Wither bosses, from my understanding, the age when the dragons were almighty and powerful and whatever. That is basically the concept for this update, and frankly it's the one I'm most interested in, at least in terms of expanding the lore and story of the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the first iteration of Skyblock Next. This is supposed to be a relatively fast-paced little show, where I go over everything that has been discussed in Skyblock every few months or so. I imagine the next release of this show will be sometime in June, so make sure you look forward to that. Would once again love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time on Skyblock Next.